धन्यवाद।
और 100 मीटर में सुप्रीम कोर्ट है immediately. Enough. ये कितनी हटाया?
Right arm in jubilation. Pavitra Venkatesh, another athlete from Tamil Nadu, came ahead. A smile on her face. Pavitra Patel, Madhya Pradesh. We hope that the smile will remain till the end. Divya Anthony of Kerala got the silver in previous meeting. In the national events, then Maria Jason of Kerala, Pooja from Haryana is the ninth participant, and she is representing the state of Haryana. And Nivya Anthony got the silver medal in national games. 3.5 meters she crossed, and in the Federation Cup the silver medal went to Maria Jason, who cleared the distance of 3.8 meters. Talented athletes, 9 athletes are competing in it, heavily dominated by Tamil Nadu athletes. 5 are from Tamil Nadu, 2 are from Kerala, and 1 each from Madhya Pradesh and Haryana. We're talking about the 75th year of Athletics Federation of India. As I was telling you that athletics has contributed maximum number of medals for India as far as the Asian Games are concerned. We have won a number of medals, but the maximum contribution of medals is courtesy of Athletics Federation of India's efforts. In athletics, India has won so far 254 medals, 79 of which are in the color of gold. A heavy contribution from athletics. In fact, in Jakarta Games, India finished with 15 gold medals, and out of which 8 came from the track and field events. So you can easily guess how much potential athletics has in India, and how far athletics has traveled so far. Right from the days of Valsama, Suresh Babu, and if you go a few years behind, then we have seen some sensational athletes like Milkha Singh, Gurbachan Singh Randhawa, Shriram Singh, Anju Bobby George. All have contributed very well in the respect of India. Part of the just took her first attempt to cross the bar was Maria Jason of Kerala. कट है the bar which girls have to cross. 320 is the benchmark. At your screen is Pooja from Haryana. Breathing deeply. In fact, all the participants are focusing hard on this very artistic event of track and fields. It requires a lot of gymnastic skills as well because of the stretch of your body, and high jump has also started at that part of the field. High jump is of decathlon. This is the fourth event of the decathlon that's currently taking place. Just crossed 1.44 meters. Is Rohit Sharma of Punjab. We are focusing on that now. That first try of Rohit Sharma from Punjab. Taking measurements again and again to be more precise, more accurate. Sunil Kumar, here he is coming. Oh, I was thinking that he's going for a false body jump, but Sunil Kumar crossed that quite easily. A good try by Rohit Sharma. He also crossed the barrier of 144. So the bar will be raised higher for these athletes now. .47 is the new benchmark. Now 1.5 meters is the new height for these athletes, and Rohit Sharma is going to try his luck now. His first try for 1.5. Excuse me. It's Logesh Kumar AS of Tamil Nadu, who will be the first jumper in decathlon high jump. Easily crossed it. Ravi Kumar of Rajasthan, getting adulation from his batchmates. Good sportsmanship. Easily crossed it. Sanjeev S from Tamil Nadu. Next up in action, coming, and yes, he crossed it. Sunil. Heavy representation from Haryana in this event, decathlon, that declares the most complete athlete among all. Navjot Singh passed the test. Next up is Logesh Kumar AS. The field is quite rich from okay, sorry. The next athlete who's going to cross it and easily done it was Sunil Kumar from Haryana. One by one, they all are passing the test of 1.5 meters. Logesh Kumar AS of Tamil Nadu is the new parts is waiting there. Next up is Rohit Sharma, Punjab, approaching, and yes, he has done it. Good try. Pretty short run up. New strategy from Sunil Kumar of Haryana, coming quite close to the bar. Now moved back. Participation from Haryana and Tamil Nadu athletes in men's decathlon. Centimeters have now been added to 1.5. So new benchmark for all the athletes now is 1 meter 53 centimeters that they have to cross to earn more points in the decathlon event. Best of luck to all the athletes. Approaching first towards the bar was Logesh Kumar AS of Tamil Nadu. Easily finished the job. It was from the left hand side that he started his run up. A bit unusual, but maybe he's a southpaw, that's why he preferred that direction. Now it's Ravi Kumar of Rajasthan. He's putting in his efforts on 153. Can he cross it? He can. No, he couldn't. Attempts to cross 153. Next up in action is Sunil Kumar from Haryana. Marking the point from where he will start his run up. Sunil Kumar taking his time. Here he is reaching towards the point, and yes, he crossed it quite comfortably. Pretty similar strategy that he adopted to cross 150. The similar strategy, not going for the false pari jump. Next up is Sanjeev S. Quite easily cruised through the barrier of 153. Finished the job with good relative ease. Rohit Sharma representing Punjab. Smiles all around. Next up in action is Ajit Singh, athlete from Haryana. Oh, that was very close, but he is lucky enough. His hips touched the bar, and the bar was about to fall, but somehow it remained on the poles, and that is how he crossed through the hurdle. Ajit Singh quite lucky, and he moved to the next level. Focusing hard is Ravi Kumar of Rajasthan. Excuse me. He also has crossed the level of 1 meter 53 centimeters. Now barrier has been raised by 3 more centimeters. Now the new ask from the athletes is 1 meter 56 centimeters. Let's see who remains on the field and who went out packing his luggage in the decathlon event. Taking some time in adjusting the bar.
May I have the attention of all the athletes and team managers?
Sir, number please. Number
The athletes
contact.
those who have not yet connected their ID card, they can connect it. The SR officials on the riding list
400.
next to the starting point, they get the street. You can collect it, they have their account over there.
former Indian chief coach Bahadur Singh sir has just arrived on the athletic track to grace the occasion.
जिस भी खिलाड़ियों ने अभी तक अपने बायोमेट्रिक आईडी कार्ड जो कि एएसआई के द्वारा प्रदान किए जा रहे हैं अभी तक प्राप्त नहीं किए हैं, हमारे एएसआई के ऑफिशियल्स 200 मीटर के स्टार्टिंग पॉइंट के पास उपलब्ध हैं। वहाँ पर वो आईडी कार्ड वितरित कर रहे हैं। आप अपने आईडी कार्ड उनको प्राप्त कर सकते हैं। धन्यवाद।
It's like at 156.
अर्जुन ने कोई नहीं जो बचाए।
Oh, that's a false parry jump and quite a standard jump from Rohit Sharma. One of the classiest jump that we have seen. He was quite close to the bar. Sundee raised up his body and crossed it quite easily. The tall guy, oh, he couldn't cross that. Excuse me. That was Ajit Singh from Haryana. From the left hand side, approached it towards the height of 156 and easily crossed that. That was Manpreet Singh of Haryana. In his first try, he got through that.
राष्ट्रीय शिक्षक पूर्व राष्ट्रीय शिक्षक पद्मश्री द्रोणाचार्य अवार्डी श्री बहादुर सिंह जी उपस्थित हैं। हम आपका हार्दिक स्वागत अभिनंदन और नमन करते हैं।
Sanjeev S of Tamil Nadu is the new participant. Can he cross 156? Long run up, very close. Oh yes, he's done it. Good jump from him. In fact, for a moment I was thinking that he's going for the false parry jump, but he crossed that with the traditional method, and he crossed the barrier in his first attempt. Oh, that's a good one from Ajit Singh of Haryana. All the athletes in the decathlon high jump are trying to cross the barrier of 156. Two more centimeters have been added to dune level, which all the high jumpers in decathlon will try to cross. It's only 1 centimeter short of 160. New benchmark.
to have experience and your valuable guidance which was of Bahadur Singh, Padma Shri, Dronacharya Modi, chief coach of Indian athletics. Athletic Federation of India has given us responsibility of director monitoring camp. We are very honored and looking forward to achieve new heights under your guidance.
Well, for the next event, I'm handing over the microphone to my fellow Muthu. It's over to you now, Muthu sir.
Thank you, Mr. Vijayanand. And it is Muthu signing in now to continue the commentary. Still, we are at the field of pole vault. And now we are at the high jump arena watching the decathlon athletes. Soon we will be taken over to the start line of 100 meters as we will be taking up the semi-finals in the men's section.
राष्ट्रीय प्रशिक्षक पद्मश्री द्रोणाचार्य अवार्डी श्री बहादुर सिंह जी को एथलेटिक्स फेडरेशन ऑफ इंडिया में अपनी जिम्मेदारी दी। डायरेक्टर मॉनिटरिंग कैंप
And there is going to be 276 who will be taking his turn for high jump among decathlon athletes.
आपके इस प्रतिभा से एथलेटिक्स फेडरेशन ऑफ इंडिया और समृद्धशाली होगा। हमारा राष्ट्र एथलेटिक्स के क्षेत्र में और उन्नति प्रगति करेगा और नए कीर्तिमानों को बढ़ाएगा।
Yes, we are taking you over to the 100 meters as we will be taking up the first heat, that is first round of semi-final in 100 meters. In lane number 1 we have 641 Ajit Chauhan of Uttar Pradesh, 2 Akashdeep Singh of Punjab, 3 Amal Borgoin of Telangana, 4 Ilakhe Dasan of Tamil Nadu, 5 Rohit Gorkha of Punjab, 6 Aishraj Singh of Delhi, 7 A Vignesh of Tamil Nadu, and 8 Lao Singh of Punjab. The first round of semi-final is about to begin. Well, that was the start of the first round of semi-final of 100 meters in the men's section. And that happens to be 609, Amlan Borghain of Telangana to be on top, being followed by Ilakhe Dasan of Tamil Nadu and A Vignesh of Tamil Nadu. This is as what it appears to be from this point. Anyhow, you'll have to wait for the official results. And there we bring you the action replay to watch the race again before getting the results. As they start, almost beyond 50 meters, there happens to be a clear leader, and that is 609 from inside, from lane number 3, Amal Borghon. Yes, Amlon Borghai of Telangana with 10.44 seconds, while Ilakya had clocked 10.53 seconds for the second spot, and A. Vignesh had clocked 10.59 for the third spot. At the fourth place we have Lao Singh of Punjab, and in the fifth place Ajit Chauhan of Uttar Pradesh. In the sixth place it is Akashdeep Singh of Punjab. In the seventh place it is Aishraj Singh of Delhi, and in the eighth place it is Rohit Gorka of Punjab. And as we are about to take up the second round of semi-final, again we are taking you back to the high jump arena, wherein decathlon athletes are in action.
पुरुषों का 100 मीटर प्रतियोगिता का दूसरा सेमीफाइनल अब से इसी स्वरूप में प्रारंभ होगा.
1.59 meters is the height of the crossbar at present at the high jump arena.
Qualifying athletes for the second semi-final are Suraj Singh Rathore from Rajasthan.
Well, that is the start line of 100 meters. Athletes are getting ready for the second round of semi-final of 100 meters. Here we have some of the stars who had won medals in the past meets. Krishna Kumar Rane of Maharashtra in lane number 3. He had won the first place in Indian Grand Prix 1 with 10.68 seconds, and first place in Indian Grand Prix 2 with 10.71 seconds. While Harjit Singh of Punjab, who is in lane 4 of 100 meters, that is 10.48 seconds, and Amit Tiwari 156, who is in lane number 5 representing Delhi, had won the bronze medal in the Indian Grand Prix 2 by clocking a timing of 10.81 seconds. So this is this semi-final happens to be a star-studded one with Krishna Kumar Rane, the first place winner of Indian Grand Prix 1 as well as Indian Grand Prix 2. Harjit Singh, the last edition Federation Cup silver medal winner. Amit Tiwari, the bronze medal winner of Indian Grand Prix 2. And for this, Suraj Singh Rathore of Rajasthan in lane number 1, Amarjit of Haryana in lane number 2, Krishna Kumar Rane in lane number 3, Harjit Singh of Punjab in lane number 4, Amit Tiwari of Delhi in lane number 5, G. Khadravan of Tamil Nadu in lane number 5, Paraz of Himachal Pradesh in lane number 7, Dhananjay of Rajasthan in lane number 8. The athletes are ready. All the 8 are available for the second round of semi-final. In the first one, the top place achiever had returned a timing of 10.44 seconds, and that's the start of the second heat. That is a second round of semi-final of 100 meters. And this happened to be a very good race with 4.65 Harjit Singh of Punjab finishing on top, leaving Krishna Kumar Rane to the second spot.
पुरुषों की 100 मीटर प्रतियोगिता का तीसरा सेमीफाइनल तीसरी मीट अब से कुछ ही क्षणों में प्रारंभ।
And that is the action replay for you before getting up the results. Lane number 3, 4 are the hot kicks. There you could see. And this is the place where 4.65 Harjit Singh Punjab is getting out of the bunch. Harjit Singh finishes on top for the first place with 10.48 seconds, while Krishna Kumar Rane had settled for second place with 10.57 seconds. Paras of Himachal Pradesh finishing third with 10.66 seconds. Amit Tiwari of Delhi for the fourth with 10.81 place, 81 seconds. G. Kadiravan of Tamil Nadu for the fifth place with 10.86 seconds. Dhananjay of Rajasthan at the sixth place with 11.03 seconds. Amarjeet of Haryana with 11.11 seconds for the seventh place, and Suraj Singh of Rajasthan with 11.30 seconds for the eighth place. And as far as these two heats are concerned, the first one happens to be the fastest with 10.44 seconds, being marked by Amlon Borogain of Telangana. And in the second heat, it had been clocked 10.48. And as we are about to take up the third round of semi-final of 100 meters in the men's section, here too we have stars. In lane number 1 it is Raj Kanwar Singh of Punjab. In lane number 2, 596 Rishwant of Tamil Nadu. In lane number 3, 463 Gurvinder Singh of Punjab, who happens to be the gold medal winner of the last edition of the Federation Cup with 10.35 seconds. And in the nationals he had won a bronze medal with 10.47 seconds. In the fourth lane it is Nazrat of Haryana. In the fifth lane it is Amya Kumar Malik, the national record holder, who is also the meet record holder, and who had won gold medal in the last nationals with 10.46 seconds. First place in third place in Indian Grand Prix 1 with 10.89 seconds. Second place in Indian Grand Prix 2 with 10.74 seconds. In the sixth one we have Sashank Balwan of Chhattisgarh. In the seventh lane Paramveer Singh of Haryana. And in the eighth one Basira Barali of Assam. And that happens to be the start of the third round of semi-final of 100 meters. And that is 4.63, clearly above all other athletes. He was very much ahead, showing a very good lead. Gurvinder Singh, the gold medal winner of the last edition of this Federation Cup. In the last edition he had clocked 10.35 seconds. That is 4.63 Gurvinder Singh of Punjab to finish on top. And that action we can see again. And that happens to be the third round of semi-final. And here itself he is bunching out. He is well ahead of other athletes, comfortably finishing on his strides. And that is the lineup of 100 meters. What is being displayed in the frame is the lineup. Very soon we'll be getting the results. Gurvinder Singh, the winner of the gold medal of the last edition of this championship, was so comfortable in bunching out in almost 30 to 40 meters itself, and after that he was so comfortable in finishing that. That is the high jump arena wherein decathlon athletes are in action, and that is going to be 478 Navjot Singh of Punjab. The height of the crossbar at present is 1.62 meters. He had cleared that, and that happens to be a clearance by Navjot Singh of Punjab. And here comes the results. Gurvinder Singh of Punjab clocking 10.30 seconds for the first place. Amya Kumar Malik of Odisha with 10.73 seconds for the second place. And Sashank of Chhattisgarh with 10.77 for the third place. Nazrat of Haryana with 10.81 seconds for the fourth place. Rishwant of Tamil Nadu with 10.82 seconds for the fifth place. Paramveer Singh of Haryana with 10.82 seconds for the sixth place. Raj Kanwar Singh of Punjab with 11.40 seconds for the seventh, and Bhaskaria of Assam with 11.53 seconds for the eighth place. Got this? Okay. And there is going to be 213 who is about to take his turn for high jump.
Sonal Goyal, bid number 120 from Delhi. Divya Jeetpal Sonkar from Maharashtra. Anamika Das from West Bengal with bid number
And that is the
09.
introduction
Kiran Balia
of shot put women competitors.
from Uttar Pradesh with bid number 614, also the gold medalist of Khelo India University Games. Renu from Rajasthan with bid number 487. Tunai Nizari from Assam with bid number 108. Manpreet Kaur from Punjab 446. Florence Alfonso from Maharashtra with bid number 390. Nidhi
And as we are about to take up the shot put, we have 15 participants. Bib number 120 Sonal Goyal of Delhi, 404 Divya Jeetpal Sonar of Maharashtra, 709 Anamika Das of West Bengal, 614 Kiran Balian of Uttar Pradesh, 487 Renu of Rajasthan, 108 Tunlai Narzari of Assam, 446 Manpreet Kaur of Punjab, 390 Florence Alfonsa of Maharashtra, 381 Nidhi Pavia of Madhya Pradesh, 443 Harikat Kaur of Punjab, 127 Srishti Vij of Delhi, 394 Meghna Balkari Devanga of Maharashtra, 331 Ambika of Karnataka, 488 Kancha Chowdhury of Rajasthan, 185 Yogita of Haryana. And as far as shot put is concerned, the national record stands in the name of Manpreet Kaur with 17.96 meters created in 2015, while the meet record also stands in the name of Manpreet Kaur with 17.04 meters created in 2017. The qualifying mark for the ensuing Olympics will be at 18.50 meters. The women athletes are getting ready for their trials. And it's again taking you back to the high jump arena, wherein decathlon athletes are in action. And it is going to be Sunil Kumar of Haryana who will be taking his turn. The present height of the crossbar is 1.65. He was so comfortable in finishing that height. Sunil Kumar of Haryana clears that height. And it is going to be the turn of 598 Yes Sanjeev of Tamil Nadu to take his jump at 1.65 meters. He was not able to clear. Sanjeev of Tamil Nadu failed at 1.65 meters. And it is going to be 455 Rohit Sharma of Punjab who will be taking his turn. On the move, a good clearance just little above the crossbar. He was able to clear 1.65 meters. And that is the shot put arena, where we can witness the women competitors in action. Shot put is in progress for women. They are in their first trial. And it is going to be 614 Kiran Balian of Uttar Pradesh who will be taking her trial. And next it is going to be 108 Thunlai Narzari of Assam to take her turn. It is going to be 446 Manpreet Kaur of Punjab, the record holder. It is just less than 15 meters. .92 meters. And next it is Florence Alfonsa of Maharashtra. Nidhi Pavia of Madhya Pradesh had registered 13.51 meters. .29 was the throw by Harkirat Kaur of Punjab, and it is going to be 127 Srishti Vij of Delhi. And next to take the turn is 394 Meghna Balakri Devanga of Maharashtra. .00 meters, being marked by Meghna Balakri Devanga of Maharashtra in her first throw. And that is going to be 331 V. Ambika of Karnataka to take her throw. And that is the high jump arena, wherein men decathlon athletes are performing. And that is going to be 522 Umesh Lamba of Rajasthan, who is about to take his turn for the high jump. the move. Umesh Lamba, he was so comfortable in clearing that. The height happens to be 1.68 meters at present. And next, it will be the turn of 670, Saurabh Rathi of Uttar Pradesh. On the move, he was so comfortable, a smooth sailing over the crossbar. He was able to clear 1.68 meters so comfortably. And it is going to be 340, Lokesh Rathod of Karnataka. He was also very much high up above the crossbar and he was able to clear that 1.68 meters comfortably. And it will be the turn of 455, Rohit Sharma of Punjab. Rohit Sharma is on the move. No, he was not able to clear. Just, you should have raised a little above so that he might have cleared. Just he landed on the crossbar, that's why he failed. And it is going to be 478, Navjot Singh of Punjab. Navjot Singh of Punjab on the move for 1.68 meters. He was so comfortable, a clear sailing over the crossbar. And that happens to be a clearance by Navjot Singh of Punjab. (731) Ravi Kumar of Rajasthan is about to take his turn. Ravi Kumar of Rajasthan is towards clearance of 1.68 meters, but he was not able to even before taking off. Even before rising up, he straight away hit the crossbar, so he failed. And it's going to be the turn of 455, Rohit Sharma of Punjab. Rohit Sharma of Punjab on the move. Even before climbing up, he had hit the crossbar with his right hand.
जिन एथलीट्स ने अभी तक अपने बायोमेट्रिक परिचय पत्र प्राप्त नहीं किए हैं,
And it's going to be 731 who will be taking his turn, Ravi Kumar of Rajasthan. And we now take you over to the shot put arena.
अपना परिचय पत्र प्राप्त करना ये आपके लिए आवश्यक है। एथलीट ध्यान दें जिन्होंने अपने बायोमेट्रिक परिचय पत्र प्राप्त नहीं किए हैं, कृपया 200 मीटर प्रतियोगिता के स्टार्टिंग पॉइंट पर एयरफाइल के ऑफिसर्स से आवश्यक रूप से अपने परिचय पत्र प्राप्त कर लें। धन्यवाद।
446 Manpreet Kaur of Punjab, who is about to take a second trial. In first trial, she performed 14.92 meters. That happens to be a good throw. But not being measured, as that happens to be a foul. And that is going to be 381 Nidhi Pavia of Madhya Pradesh. Very much below 15. She had cleared 13.51 meters in her first attempt, and this happens to be her second trial. In this she was able to clear only, she had improved 13.56 meters. The previous one happens to be 13.51 and the second trial happens to be 13.56 for Nidhi Pavia of Madhya Pradesh. (14.62) was the performance by Srishti Vig of Delhi in her second trial. And it's going to be the turn of 331. (394) Meghna Balakri Devanga of Maharashtra with 12.36 meters in the second attempt. She got reduced to 12.36 from 13 in her first. In the second attempt, V. Ambika of Karnataka was able to register 14.52 meters. For double eight, Kachnar Chowdhury of Rajasthan was on her second throw. She was able to clear 14.01 meters. And that is going to be Yogita of Haryana who will be taking up the second throw. (185) Yogita of Haryana. Yogita of Haryana had cleared 13.20 meters, and we are now entering for the third trial for the women shot put athletes. That is Sonal Goyal of Delhi in a third throw. Sonal Goyal of Delhi had registered 14.45 meters in her third trial. It will be 404 Divya Jeetpad Sonar of Maharashtra. Sonar had registered 13.41 meters in her third throw. 709 Anamika Das of West Bengal is on her third throw. And that happens to be the third trial for Anamika Das of West Bengal. She had performed 14.02 meters. Anamika Das had improved when compared to her prior throw, and it is going to be 614 Kiran Balian of Uttar Pradesh. Kiran Balian of Uttar Pradesh in her third throw. .07 happens to be the performance in the third throw for Kiran Balian, and it is going to be 108 Tulnai Narzari of Assam to take a third throw. Well tossed up, and that happens to be a foul. In third, Tulnai Narzari had made a foul. And next it will be 446 Manpreet Kaur of Punjab. That happens to be a foul. Manpreet Kaur had cleared 14.92 in her first attempt. Second one was foul, and third also happens to be a foul. And it is going to be 381 Nidhi Pavia of Madhya Pradesh. Not a good throw. Nidhi Pavia was with 13.51 meters in the first throw, 13.56 in the second one, and now she got reduced to 13.17 meters. And it is going to be 443 Harkirat Kaur of Punjab. That happens to be a foul. In the previous throw she had marked 13.29 meters, and it will be the turn of 127 Srishti Vij of Delhi to take her third trial. In the previous she had marked 14.62 meters. It is somewhere around the 15 meters. .94 in the third trial. From 1462 she had improved to 1494. And it will be V. Ambika of Karnataka who will be taking her third trial. In her previous throw, V. Ambika had registered 14.52 meters. And now that is 14.50. Previous being 14.52, now it got reduced to 14.50. And it will be 488. Kachnar Chowdhury of Rajasthan on a third attempt. And Yogita 185 representing Haryana. She'll be the last one to take the third trial. In her earlier throw, she had registered 13.20 meters. .22 meters. Yogita of Haryana had improved to 13.22 from a previous throw of 13.20 meters. As 3 trials are over, the officials will be working out the seedings for further throws. And still we are at the shot put arena. On the opening day of the 24th National Federation Cup Senior Athletics Championship 2021 at NIS Patiala, the high jump for decathlon athletes is in progress. Pole vault for women competitors, which happens to be final, is also in progress. We are in the midway of shot put final for women. At 5 o'clock we are about to take up the javelin throw for women. At 5:10 it will be the semi-finals of 400 meters for men. At 5:25 p.m. it will be 400 meters for decathlon athletes. And as the last event today at 5:45 p.m. it will be round 1 of 1500 meters for men competitors. And that is the high jump arena where the men decathlon athletes are still over the crossbar. And it is going to be the turn of 213 Mohit of Haryana at the high jump arena. Mohit moves on. He was so comfortable in clearing that height. And that was 562. Logesh Kumar of Tamil Nadu was not able to clear that height. (431). Mayangbam Alkin Singh of Manipur was not successful in his attempt. And it is going to be 647. 647 Uzaid Khan of Uttar Pradesh failed in his attempt. It is going to be the turn of 276 Sunil Kumar of Haryana. Sunil Kumar of Haryana is on the move. No, he was not able to clear that height. Yes, even though he had a slight touch at the crossbar, he was fortunate enough in clearing that height. And it will be 4-3-1. Mayangbam Alkin Singh of Manipur, who is rushing towards for clearance. He was not able to. Even before climbing, he had hit the crossbar. And it will be the turn of 6-4-7. Uzaid Khan of Uttar Pradesh. He was unsuccessful. And it's going to be 2-7-6. Sunil Kumar of Haryana, who is about to take his turn. Sunil Kumar of Haryana is on the move. A good jump over there. He was so comfortable at this height. And that is going to be 4-3-1. 4-3-1. Mayangbam Alkin Singh of Manipur. He is on the move. This time he was able to succeed. He had a little touch over the crossbar. Despite that, he was successful. And it is going to be 6-4-7. Uzaid Khan of Uttar Pradesh on the move. He was also very comfortable to clear that height. And now they are moving for the next height. The men decathlon is in progress, while pole vault for women is also underway, and shot put for women is also underway. As these three field events are in progress, at 5 p.m. we'll be taking a javelin throw final for women. At 5:10 it will be the semi-final of 400 meters for men competitors. At 5:25 it will be 400 meters for men decathlon athletes. And as the last event at 5:45 p.m. today, it will be 1500 meters round 1 for men competitors. The men decathlon athletes are getting ready for their next height. And that is 2-1-3.
एक साथ प्रगति पर हैं। गोला फेंक महिला वर्ग का फाइनल, पोल वॉल्ट महिला वर्ग का फाइनल और पुरुषों के डेकाथलॉन की ऊंची कूद प्रतियोगिता, महिलाओं की भाला फेंक प्रतियोगिता अब से कुछ ही देर में आयोजित होगी।
And that is going to be the next jump in the high jump arena, where the men decathlon athletes 431 was unsuccessful in his clearance of high jump. And that happens to be a good clearance by 647 Uzaid Khan of Uttar Pradesh. He was well above the crossbar. (276) Sunil Kumar of Haryana will be taking up his turn. No, he was not able to clear. Even before climbing up, he had hit the crossbar, and that made him unsuccessful. And that is 622 moving.
Now the first one for 400-meter man semi-final. The heat number 1, the big number 6-1, 566, 141, 281, 344, 471, 133, 163. The heat number 2, 534, 734, 137, 376, 109, 267, 249, 289.
And that is high jump arena for the decathlon athletes. It is 340 Lokesh Rathod of Karnataka moving ahead, and he was unsuccessful. .295 is about to take his turn. Manpreet Singh of Haryana, he had cleared the height. And that happens to be 478, who was unsuccessful. Navjot Singh of Punjab, even before climbing up here, his hand hit the crossbar. It is going to be 5-6-2. Yes, it is 5-6-2 Logesh Kumar of Tamil Nadu, who is on the move. He was unsuccessful even before climbing up above the crossbar. He had his hand had hit the crossbar. And that is 4-3-1, who had a unsuccessful attempt. That is Mayangbam Alkin Singh of Manipur. And there is 276, who had a smooth sailing over the crossbar. Sunil Kumar of Haryana was so comfortable in clearing that height, even though it had a little touch. And it is going to be 3-4-0 Lokesh Rathod of Karnataka. He was also able to clear that height. And that happens to be 5-3-3, who had cleared the height. 5-3 Amandeep Sharma of Rajasthan. The women athletes are taking their javelin throw trials. And that is the high jump arena where we could see while a few of the athletes were able to clear in the first trial, first jump itself, the other decathlon athletes are clearing in the subsequent attempts. And that is the shot put arena. We could see 1-2-0 Sonal Goyal of Delhi. She is on her sixth attempt, final throw. And that is 4-4-6 Manpreet Kaur of Punjab. The sixth and final round is in progress at the shot put arena, and it is going to be 6-1-4 Kiran Balian of Uttar Pradesh to take her sixth and the final throw. And it is going to be 614 Kiran Balyan of Uttar Pradesh. In the shot put arena for women, the final throw is in progress.
The athletes are Ajit Singh 1731, Umesh Landa from Rajasthan 2022, Main Deng from Manipur
And that is the long shot
16 points,
of the shot put arena.
Manoj Singh
And again, it is the high jump arena wherein decathlon athletes are seen in action. And that happens to be 478, who had cleared in style.
Ravi Kumar from Rajasthan 1918 points, Rohit
That was Navjot Singh of Punjab. He had cleared in style.
Anuj Sangwan 1372 points, Ankit Sen 1762 points, Yogesh Kumar from Tamil Nadu 1697 points,
And
609.
that is the javelin throw arena wherein the women competitors is about to have their final in a short time from now. In another 20 minutes, they're about to take their final. It will start by 5 p.m. sharp. As far as the javelin throw is concerned, the national record stands in the name of Annu Rani at 62.43 meters created in 2019, while the meet record also stands in the name of Annu Rani with 62.34 meters created in 2019. And as far as the qualifying mark for javelin throw to the Olympics is at 64.00 meters. And as we are about to take up the javelin throw in a short time from now, I invite Mr. Vijay Anand to continue the commentary.
Thanks, Muttu. The women's javelin throw is about to begin. Javelin throw has got its significant reputation in recent years, courtesy two famous athletes from India. One is Neeraj Chopra, and in the women's section, Annu Rani. Wherever she goes, she attracts a lot of attention. A girl from Meerut. She is competing here, and another sensational athlete that's giving her some trouble, some moments, is Kumari Sharmila of Haryana. She's also constantly performing very well, and she is also competing here in the Federation Cup, the 24th National Federation Cup Senior Athletics Championship here in NIS Patiala. So both the girls who are claiming gold and silver are competing here. It's quite nice to see that javelin throws status is richly moving here. The president of Indian Athletics Federation, Adil Sumairewala sir, is making his way, and it's nice to see that his presence will glorify the occasion and boost up confidence and morale of the athletes. One of the most sensational athletes of his time, and currently holding the position of president of AFI.
It is a pleasure to announce the presence and extend the warm on behalf of everyone here, we are happy welcoming a warm welcome to
position goes to Manpreet Kaur from Punjab.
Manpreet Kaur of Punjab took the silver position.
5 meters. And third position goes to Sonal Goyal from Delhi
Sonal Goyal from Delhi,
with a performance 15.09 meters.
15.09. She touched with the throw of the shot put, and she claimed the medal in the color of bronze. We are all waiting for the javelin throw event to begin.
भाला फेंक प्रतियोगिता महिला वर्ग फाइनल के अंदर शॉट पुट गोला फेंक प्रतियोगिता महिला वर्ग फाइनल के रिजल्ट किरण ज्ञान प्रथम 16.4 मीटर के साथ मनप्रीत कौर द्वितीय 15.65 मीटर के साथ और सोनल गोयल तीसरे स्थान पर 15.09 मीटर के साथ विजयी प्रतियोगियों से अनुरोध है कृपया अनाउंसिंग बूथ के पास आने को करें।
एक बार इधर आ जाओ जल्दी से अपना 400 का स्टार्टिंग है।
That was Umesh Lamba of Rajasthan. Salavarati at your screen, ladies and gentlemen, from Uttar Pradesh. Lovely aerial view of the part of the track and field from NIS Patiala, where the javelin throw is going to start soon for women, the final. action is Lokesh Rathod, who could not clear the height. He is from Karnataka. Tension on his face. Judging the reasons why he could not cross the height. And here are the participants of the javelin throw for women. Monica from Haryana raised her right arm. Hemal Malini is there. Sanjana Chaudhary came ahead and thanked the crowd. Harita from Haryana, quite young, only 20 years of age. Karnashma from Karnataka is competing there. Anurani, always a sensational athlete, and we are expecting a magical throw from her. Kumari Sharmila of Haryana, who is constantly finishing second, and Uma Chaudhary of Rajasthan is there as well. And no prize for guessing that who holds the meet record and the national record in the javelin throw of women. It's Anurani. And in the Federation Cup, she claimed the gold medal with her performance of 62.34 meters in the previous edition, and she is a hot favorite to defend her title in the Federation Cup this year as well. And she produced her best throw at the World Athletics meet. She competed in the final, and it became the first girl from the nation to reach to the final of javelin throw in the World Athletics Championship. And what a throw that she delivered there, and just when it was required the most, she performed at her best. The javelin travelled to a distance of 62.43 meters on 30th of September 2019 in Doha in the final. Though she could not finish at the podium, but raised the expectation of hope of all the Indians that yes, we can do it. The qualifying mark for Tokyo 2021, in fact 2022, that the game deferred to this year, is 64 meters, which is about 1.5 meters ahead of the national mark of Anurani. She can achieve it.
मोनिका हरियाणा से, हेमा मालिनी तमिलनाडु से, संजना चौधरी राजस्थान से, हरिता हरियाणा से, रश्मि के हरियाणा से, करिश्मा एस सरिल कर्नाटक से, अनु रानी उत्तर प्रदेश से, कुमारी शर्मिला हरियाणा से और उमा चौधरी राजस्थान से।
And what's more sweeter is that Anurani got the gold medal in what's sweeter is that Anurani set up the meet record in the Federation Cup at this venue where she's competing at the present moment. It's quite a familiar territory for her. Manpreet Singh comfortably crossed the height in decathlon high jump. Saurav Rathi, focusing hard. The first participant was Monica from Haryana. She got the approval of lines judges. It was a valid throw. Let's see how much her javelin traveled. Two events are going on currently in a very close vicinity. One is the high jump for decathlon in men, and another is the javelin throw final for women. Hema Malini from Tamil Nadu is the next participant. Here she is approaching towards the point. Yes, it's a good one. What I feel that it will be around 47 meters or something. It's 46.77 that she achieved with that try. Next up is Sanjana Chaudhary. She is from Rajasthan. Harita is going to be the next participant from Haryana. 52-52. Pretty identical figures for Sanjana Chaudhary with that try. Now it's Harita's turn. Southpaw. Let's see how much power she can produce with it. Should get about 45 meters with that. She has to improve a lot if she has to be on the top 3 in the field of talented javelin throwers. Karishma S. Sanil from Karnataka. Only what we are concerned with is that is there anyone who can challenge the supremacy of Anurani? She is constantly throwing the javelin in the range of 60 meters for some years, which is a very tough task for other girls to emulate. Here she is, Anurani, always a sensation. Her first try, it traveled a lot. Oh yes, it's a good one. The 5 feet 3 inches tall girl from Meerut. Always her throws raised the expectation that something's going to happen. But here she is, 61.45. She raised the bar for other girls. 61.45. So she has set up the tone. Now Kumari Sharmila, the silver medal winner. It got more the elevation than the height, than the distance. Excuse me. The silver medal winner in the national games. Uma Chaudhary is the next participant. Nice try. Sharmila could get only 41.433 from her try.
Rosie, you write a mail federation and after that you will cheat your देती हूँ आ जाएगा. You have a problem in your ID. You have a problem.
The second try, Monica achieved a distance of 10 centimeters short than 45. Next up is Hema Malini. 46.77 she touched in the previous try. Let's see that whether if she can improve it or not. She got the white flag. All eyes are on the board. .9 improvement of 13 centimeters by Hema Malini. Sanjana Chaudhary. A loud shout came from her lungs to give her extra bit of power behind the throw. Quite close to 55-meter mark. 50-52 she touched with the previous try. Let's see how much he can improve her throw this time. Yes, a significant improvement. 4.55. And now we are going to see the start of the first of the semi-final for 400 meters for men. Participants are Sumit Kumar from Uttar Pradesh, Dharun Ayasami from Tamil Nadu, who is a national record holder in 400 meter hurdles. Here he is competing in 400 meters. Then alongside him is Amod Jacob, who won gold in IGP3. Then Vikrant Panchal of Punjab is Haryana is there. Then Nihal Jose of Karnataka. Jashmanpreet Singh of Punjab is participating for lane number 7. In number 7 is athlete from Delhi, Rashid, significantly improving his time, and Gajanand Mistry of Gujarat is in lane number 8. We are not short of action because all the athletes are very talented and quite a reputed name in 400 meter race in the nation. Amod Jacob was quite emotional. going to be a tough battle between Dharun, Amoj, Vikrant Panchal, Rashid, Jashmanpreet. All the athletes are very talented. Let's see who make it to the final. The national records in the name of Muhammad Anas, who will compete in heat number 2, and Rajiv Arokia has the distinction of setting up the meet record. They all are ready in their respective lanes. It's Sumit, then Dharun, then Amoj, then Vikrant, then Nihal, then Jashanpreet, then Rashid, and then Gajanand Mistry. What a view that we are getting. And with the shot of the gun, they all go clean start by all the athletes. And from the lane number 3, you can see that Amoj Jacob is looking in good touch. From the outside, Vikrant Panchal is also doing well. Rashid is under pressure. From the outside, from Jashmanpreet Singh of Punjab, Jashmanpreet Singh of Punjab is looking in healthy lead there, and all that the other athletes are trying very hard. Vikrant Panchal and also is Amoj Jacob from the middle, and from lane number 2 doing very well is Dharun Yasami. So all the athletes, in fact there is some abrupt halt to an athlete, and I will return to that later on. Oh no, that's the last thing that we wanted to see. But now returning to the action as they are running into the straight line, and you can easily see that the man who is in the lead and look to his left is Amoj Jacob. Amoj Jacob looking quite comfortably cruising towards the finishing line as the winner of this contest. At the second position is the athlete of Haryana, that was Vikrant Panchal. What a finish by Amoj Jacob, and the athlete who met an abrupt halt to his pace, and maybe he's back on his feet. That's nice to see, but we have to wait that who that athlete was. One of the athletes couldn't finish the race, and the last thing that we wanted to see has happened here in Patiala. But we are waiting for the final confirmation of the timings of the heat number 1 of men's 400 meter race, and as soon as we'll get the time, I'll let you know about the statistics that all the athletes who competed in heat number 1 got. Here we have it. It's Amoj Jacob of Delhi who comfortably went to the final as the winner of this contest. Then Vikrant Panchal of Haryana got the second position in that tight contest. Then Nihal Jose of Karnataka claimed the third position, and the athlete who could not finish the race due to then injury in his leg was Jashanpreet Singh of Punjab. In fact, Dharun could not finish the race as well. So the positions of the race are at your screen of the previous contest. It's Amoj Jacob, Vikrant and Nihal of Delhi, Haryana and Karnataka finished at the first, second and third spot. Well, focusing now on heat number 2, it's Kamarpal Singh of Rajasthan who is going to start his campaign from lane number 1. In lane number 2 is the athlete from Tamil Nadu, Santosh Kumar. In lane number 3 and 4 are two sensational athletes. One is from Delhi and his name is Sarthak Bhamri, a name that is touching the headlines of the newspapers again and again in recent times. Then Muhammad Anas Yahya of Kerala, who is a national record holder. He is competing in lane number 4. Keep your eyes on him. He is a favorite to cross through. Then Yusuf Ali of Assam is running alongside him in lane number 5. In lane number 6 is Praveen Kumar. In fact, 3 athletes are running in lane number 5, 6, 7 and 8, and they all are from Haryana. One is Praveen Kumar, then is Ayush Dabas, and the last one is Angrez Singh. Angrez Singh is also doing very well in recent times. In the previous Federation Cup, Mohammad Anas Yahya could claim only the silver medal, and definitely he will looking forward to improve his position. 45.89 he touched in the previous Federation Cup to claim the silver. It's going to be a very tight contest. Sarthak Bhamri punching his biceps. To extract maximum out of his body. Heat number 2 is about to begin. We have Kamarpal Singh, then Santosh, then Sarthak Bhamri of Delhi, then Mohammad Anas Yahya. The national record holder is competing in this contest in number 4, then Yusuf Ali, Praveen Kumar, Ayush Dabas and Angrez Singh. Established name in 400 meters, Mohammad Anas Yahya. They all are ready, and so is the drone camera to give you bird's eye view of the heat number 2 of 400 meter race for men. They all are quite focused. With the fire of the gun, they all go. Clean start by all the athletes, and from lane number 4, it's Mohammad Anas Yahya who is setting up an early pace, and he is putting pressure on Yusuf Ali. In fact, he has crossed Yusuf Ali in the earlier stages, and Mohammad Anas Yahya, he is virtually flying. What a menacing speed that man has got. What a race that man is enjoying. In fact, he is looking in no position of the trouble there, and as we are reaching towards the third band, Mohammad Anas Yahya is taking the race to a new sensational height. Mohammad Anas Yahya, he is approaching towards the final band, and he is facing no competition. All the other athletes are trying just to catch his pace and rhythm, but Mohammad Anas Yahya, look at the speed, look at the pace, look at the distance that he has got over the rest of the pack. Mohammad Anas Yahya comfortably crossing through towards the finishing line, and he is going to be the winner of the heat number 2. At the second position, there is tough battle going on, but finally I guess that it's Ayush Dabas of Haryana who got his second position, and Sarthak Bhamri who tried very hard to retain the second position there in that tight contest, but I hope and I expect that he could only finish third there. But Mohammad Anas Yahya is the man of the moment with the shot of the gun. He started his race very brightly and showed no sign of speed reduction, and from the finish start till the finish he maintained his edge over the rest of the pack and stamped his superiority and authority in that heat number 2. As we are waiting for the final statistics to emerge and come, and then we can only say then how far and how dominant he was. But in fact, he looked to his left and right at one point of time, so he was so confident about his position, and he in fact reduced his speed a bit to conserve the energy for the final. That's what normally very talented athletes can do, and here you can see that he is virtually flying in lap number 4, and one by one he is crossing all the other athletes on the park, and his speed is simply menacing. Look at the domination that he is displaying here in NIS Patiala. In lane number 4, Mohammad Anas Yahya, the national record holder, and he is maintaining his supremacy and his reputation there among all the athletes on the track. In heat number 2 he is competing, and his edge, as you can see now, you can easily see that he is about 15 meters ahead from the rest of the field, and comfortably he is crossing towards the finishing line and won that tight contest. It was his own race, and you can easily see. Yeah, over the rest of the field, Sarthak Bhamri of Delhi got the second position, and just 0.03 seconds behind him was Ayush Dabas of Haryana. Here are the participants of heat number 3 in 400-meter race for men. Adesh Garsa of Rajasthan is there in lane number 1. Representing Punjab is Karanpreet Singh. He is competing from lane number 2. From lane number 3 are Rajiv Arokia, the gold medal winner from the previous edition of the Federation Cup. He is going to start his campaign to defend his title from lane number 3. Jashan Jot Singh of Punjab is in lane number 4. In lane number 5 is Sajin V of Kerala. Then 2 athletes from Tamil Nadu. One is Pandi and other is Sibin Kumar, are competing from lane number 6 and 7. And last but not the least is Jivan KS of Karnataka. He got the bronze medal in national games, and he took the timing of 46.77. Jivan Rajiv Arokia got the gold medal in the Federation Cup in 2019, and his timing was 45.73. Well, we have traveled a lot, and this fact is about 2 years. So 2 years a long time in the athletics. Adesh, Kamarpreet, Arokia, Rajiv, then it's Jashanpur, Sajjanvi, and Pandi, Sibin Kumar, and Jivan VS. Clean start by all the athletes, and you can see that Nagan Pandi is doing very well there from the outside, and all the other athletes are looking in good touch. But it's Pandi of Tamil Nadu who is doing very well there from lane number 6. Lane number 6, he's doing very well there. All the athletes are trying to catch the pace of that man. Jashan Jot Singh of Punjab has increased his speed there as well. He's getting the urgency, and he has to do something extra weight of there. And Rajiv Arokia is there as well. And now as we are reaching towards the final band, and from here onwards we are going to see a clear picture of that. Jashan Jot Singh is going to at a good position there, but from the outside you can see that Rajiv Arokia is maintaining his edge over the rest of the field, and from the outside trying very well is Pandi of Tamil Nadu, and it's going to be a very close battle and a very close finish between these two athletes. I do not know that who got the position of the first and the second, but 2 athletes from Tamil Nadu, they took the race down to the wire. One was Rajiv Arokia from lane number 3, and the other was Pandi from Tamil Nadu. In fact, I feel that it's only a marginal distance of the seconds that will decide the fate of these 2 athletes. Both crossed the finishing line at a very close distance, and here you can see in the action replay that both started very brightly. Jashan Jot Singh of Punjab was looking also promising in the earlier stages, as you can see from the drone camera. From lane number 6, Pandi is setting up the pace, and he was virtually flying there, but all the athletes got the call and switched the gear and returned their favors on the track. And here we are, and as you can see that Rajiv Arokia of Tamil Nadu is getting the urgent call, and he has increased his pace and maintained his supremacy there. And finally it's Pandi who has some extra bit of power in his legs, produced a sensational lap there, and he knew that something extra bit of energy he has to give to the track. And here we are, and I guess it's the first position went to Rajiv Arokia, and we are still waiting for the official results, official timings, so that we can safely say that who won that heat number 3. We are waiting for the results to emerge. In fact, all the other participants of the heat number 3 are also eagerly waiting for the statistics to come on the screen. And here we have it, as I was mentioning, that is only 0.06 seconds that decided the fate of the first and the second position there. Rajiv Arogya of Tamil Nadu got the first position in that tight race. Then Pandi of Tamil Nadu got the second position, and Yashajot Singh put up a lot of pressure on the other athletes and got the third position in that tight finish. Sajan V of Kerala could come only fourth in that race, and that's how we have come to the conclusion of all the heats of 400-meter race for men in 24th National Federation Games in Patiala. And in the meantime, let me tell a very heartening news to all the viewers around the nation that Anu Rani has just, we are getting the information that Anu Rani has set up a new benchmark in the women javelin throw, and she has set up the national record of javelin throw of 63.24 meters. And when we were covering and just when we were covering the 400-meter race for men, Anu Rani took the level of javelin throw in India to a new high of 63.24. And remember that is only the 64 meters that she has to touch to book the ticket to Tokyo. And she is improving a lot. And what we were expecting that a very magical and sensational throw will come from the hand of the girl from Meerut, and the 28-year-old Anu Rani didn't disappoint us, and she is the national record holder now, and she has taken the national record to a new high. In fact, that was only three more attempts to go, and we are expecting that she can improve more. But full congratulations to Anu Rani, and another golden chapter has just been scripted in the Indian athletics. In fact, in the Indian Grand Prix 3, it was it was
new heat record as well as new national record made by Anu Rani.
well, I was mentioning that in the Indian Grand Prix 3, it was Neeraj Chopra who improved the national record by 1 centimeters, but here Anu Rani broke all the ceilings, and she also has become the first girl from India to cross the barrier of 63 meters, and she has added in fact another 24 centimeters to 63. It's quite enriching to see that Indian athletics is breaking all the ceilings and touching new heights day after the other. Full congratulations to her, and we are now expecting that Anu Rani will cross the 64-meter mark in the events ahead. In fact, 3 more tries, and we can safely expect from her that she will take the javelin throw to a new high. Putting a lot of pressure on the other participants, and they knew that something magical has to be produced by all of them, because the race for the gold is virtually finished. It's only for the silver and the bronze that they are now competing. If someone has to claim the gold, then she has to break the national record, which has just recently been established by Anu Rani. The girl from Meerut doing what we were expecting. It's a very happy hunting ground for her. She has got a lot of gold medals from this arena, and here she made the national record in this event, the women javelin throw, which is currently going on. At your screen was Monica from Haryana. Just about 55 meters she got there. Hema Malini. No, excuse me, that was Uma Chaudhary of Rajasthan. They all are now throwing the javelin in the reverse order. Got the white flag. Six centimeters shy of 43. Extra bit of strength is required from the other athletes. Hema Malini getting a lot of claps and adulation from the crowd behind. Hema Malini Neerakandan of Tamil Nadu. Karishma Sanil of Karnataka at your screen, ladies and gentlemen. It's pretty tough to hold a smile on your face when you are competing against the national record holder. And what more frightening is that the national record has just been set up. Fourth try of a girl from Karnataka. Now Sanjana Chaudhary of Rajasthan must be looking for a very, very good throw. It remained in the air for some good moments. It's about 54 meters maybe. Sanjana Chaudhary. All the javelin throwers are currently involved in their fourth try. Here she is, Anurani, getting all the adulation from the crowd. They all are cheering. They expect something extra from her. She is totally capable of. The current national record holder. She has just touched the national mark of 63.24. Can she go higher than that? Can she go higher than that? Good run up. Anurani of Meerut. Here she is, a good try, a good throw. Let's see what she can touch this time. It's again safely more than 60 meters. There's no doubt about that. But how much she can add to that, that's the only question. Anurani. Quite close to 60 meter. It's Kumari Sharmila from Haryana, who generally finishes at the second position. She's getting all the cheers from the crowd. Here she is, Sharmila, threw the javelin in the it fell at about 50 meters mark. Constantly she is performing very well. In fact, she is finishing only the second best in front of Anurani. It's tough to get the gold, that's for sure, because the level that she is touching in recent times is simply superb. What's best is that at the present point of time, India is having two best throwers in the javelin at the level. One is Neeraj Chopra and the other is Anu Rani, and both are one by slowly and gradually taking the javelin throw to a high where we are expecting now that a medal from Tokyo could emerge. Monica of Haryana. What these records do is that these give a cascading effect on the other athletes. They give a benchmark to them that if one athlete can do, then why can't we? And as a whole, it uplifts the level of any discipline of sports in any nation, that yes, we also can do. And the iconic figure, whenever emerges, it gives rise to a lot of other talents to shine and explode on the scene. This at your screen is Uma Chaudhary of Rajasthan. It's tough to hold the stamina and the level of confidence, because you have just seen the national mark being touched by Anu Rani, but still the other girls are trying their best, which is nice to see. (23 centimeters short of 47). Up there is Hema Malini Neelakandan. He started a run up with a spear in her right arm, but it was a throw of more of a height than of a distance, so that is why she is not feeling quite comfortable with the try, though she has got the white flag, but looking quite dejected with that try. That was her fifth attempt. Karishma Sanil of Karnataka is the next participant, as we are reaching towards the closing stages of that contest. Something magical, something extra bit of power is required from any of the athlete if they want to usurp Anu Rani from the first position. Karishma, a good try. They all are competing very well there, and they all are doing their best to remain in the picture. At least what they can claim is the silver or the bronze. Looking quite eagerly toward the scoreboard there. Karishma Sanil, about 1.5 meters short of 50. Here she is, Sanjana Chaudhary, holding the javelin in her arm, and a good release from her. But I do not feel that it will cross the 51-meter mark there. So no trouble at all for Anu Rani. Here she is at your screen. Again she is raising the hopes and expectation of the crowd. Yes, here they are. They knew that the girl of the moment is right in front of them, and they are charging her up for another sensational try, another sensational throw. And what we are expecting, it's going to a good distance there. It could safely cross the 60-meter mark. Now again the question is that how much. No, it's fell just behind the 60-meter mark there. Anu Rani not looking quite pleased with her try. One more attempt to be taken by all the girls before excuse me, after it the contest will close. All the girls who are competing in well, 8 girls will try their luck in the final attempt that is going to start very soon there in the juvenile throw arena. लास्ट है ना, उसके बाद देता हूँ। लास्ट है ना, उसके बाद देता हूँ आपको। Southpaw. Harita of Haryana was there with the final try. Next up on the screen is Uma Chaudhary, also from Rajasthan. Excuse me, Uma Chaudhary is from Rajasthan. She is there, focusing hard. She knew that this is the final try that she is going to take in the 24th National Federation Cup and release the javelin to some good distance. No, it was not the distance that she was expecting, looking quite disappointed with her try and leaving the scene in utter dejection. Holding the javelin, is Monica. It's all about this upper body's strength that count the most in this javelin throw, a Nordic sport, gaining quite a reputation in India as well. It landed just in the sector. Still the girls are fighting to get the silver and the bronze, because the gold medal is virtually sealed in the name of Anurani. getting a lot of cheers. Is Hema Malini Neelakandan. Now back to javelin throw of woman. Karishma Sanil of Karnataka. A loud shot emerged from the lungs to give extra bit of power to the spear. I expect that she will touch a distance of about 50 meters. And here is the result of the previous race just finished. Savarati Uttar Pradesh got the first position in that heat number 1. In heat number 2 was Anuj Sangwan. In heat number third position was Ajit Singh of Haryana. Sanjana Chaudhary of Rajasthan. Looking, it's a quite hope that she will touch a very good distance there, but it landed at about 50 meters, I guess. And it's Anurani who is going to compete there. With that last try, she has also already set up a new national record. Can she cross the 64 meters there with her try? Finally, she is there. And this is not looking at a very good throw. And I will handing over the mic to our commentator, Muttu sir. It's over to you now, Muttu.
Thank you, Vijayanand. And that happens to be the 400 meters for decathlon athletes. Five of the athletes are in this heat. They execute the last curve and about to enter the home stretch. The leader enters the home stretch and another athlete also closely follows him. It could be a good fight. 4:31 and 5:33. It is Mayangbam Alken Singh of Manipur who finishes on top for this heat, leaving Yamandeep Sharma of Rajasthan for the second spot. And there you could see, and that was the start of the heat, which got over just before. So from the start, he was in the third position, Mayangbam Alken Singh of Manipur. Even though there is a good lead for Yamandeep Sharma of Rajasthan, Mayangbam Alken Singh of Manipur was able to catch him up. Yes, that is the place where he is overtaking Yamandeep Sharma of Rajasthan to finish on top. Yes, Mayangbam Alk of Manipur with 50.85 seconds, Yamandeep in the second spot. And this is going to be the third heat of 400 meters for decathlon athletes in the men's section. Six of the athletes are in this heats. And that was the start of 400 meters for decathlon athletes.
डेकाथलॉन की 400 मीटर प्रतियोगिता की ये तीसरी मीट
Almost 5 athletes are on close. And that happens to be 6:47 to finish on top, Uzaid Khan of Uttar Pradesh, being followed by Manpreet Singh of Haryana, and for the third spot we have Sunil Kumar of Haryana. And that is the action replay for you. 4 of the athletes are moving together. And now 3 proceeds, and another 2 of the athletes are joining from the next bench. And as they move on the curve, they are getting closer. 5 of the athletes are moving closer. And as they bunch out, it is Uzaid Khan of Uttar Pradesh who is moving ahead of the other athletes. Uzaid Khan with 51.28 seconds, Manpreet Singh of Haryana in the second spot with 51.70, Sunil Kumar of Haryana with 52.05 for the third spot, Umesh Lamba of Rajasthan with 52.48 seconds for the fourth spot, Mohit of Haryana with 52.56 for the fifth spot, Logesh Kumar of Tamil Nadu with 58.42 seconds for the 6th spot. And that is the finish stand where the officials are over there. And the athletes are getting ready for the last event for the opening day, 1500 meters. For men competitors, we have 2 heats to go. The national record as well as the meet record stands in the name of Jinson Johnson. The national record at 3 minutes 35.24 seconds created in 2019, while the meet record stands at 3 minutes 39.69 seconds created in 2018. The Olympics qualifying mark stands at 3 minutes 35.00 seconds. And that is the bunch which is now entering. Dilip Naik of Odisha with 7-4 is leading the bunch at present. And in this 1500 meters for heat 1, it is Dilip Naik of Odisha leading the bunch at present, being followed by Vishal of Haryana, Sukhanpreet Singh of Punjab, Manjit Singh of Haryana, and Jasbir of Haryana. All the athletes are moving as a bunch, not much of distance between them. And they are evenly placed as they approach. Still it is 7-4 Dilip Naik of Odisha leading the bunch, which with 2-3-4 Vishal of Haryana closely following him, and the leader got changed. Now it is 207 being followed by 673, 291, 717 and 703. As they move for 2 more laps to go, the leader got changed. It is Jasbir of Haryana leading the bunch now, being followed by 673 Ajay Kumar Saroj of Uttar Pradesh. Ajay Kumar Saroj happens to be the silver medal winner of the last edition of the Federation Cup, and also he had won the first place in the last nationals. Following Ajay Kumar Saroj, it is 291 Fateh Singh of Haryana, and following him it is 717 Sashi Bhushan Singh of West Bengal, and following him it is 703 Rakesh Mandal of Uttarakhand. As they execute the curve and enter the stripes, we'll have to see whether the leader got changed or they remain with the same leaders. And now again there is a change in leadership. Almost 2-3 athletes are moving together. That bell sound indicates the athletes to go for the last lap in 1500 meters in heat number 1. And at present the leader is 673 Ajay Kumar Saroj, the national gold medal winner and the silver medal winner of the last Federation Cup, is leading the bunch, being followed by 297 and 717 for the third spot. Still they move together. And the speed, they are picking up the speed, and they're about to close to the finish. 673 leads with 294 closely following and 717 for the third spot. As far as 673 Ajay Kumar Saroj, he happens to be the clear winner, and it is between 294 Manjit Singh of Haryana and 717 Sashi Bhushan Singh of West Bengal to decide for the second and third place. Till last moment it was a close race. Of course, Ajay Kumar Saroj consolidated his position, and there you could see they execute the last curve, enter the strides, and this happens to be the start of the race. After the start, it was 7-4 who was leading. That is Dilip Naik of Odisha, and that is the result. Ajay Kumar Saroj of Uttar Pradesh with 357.14. Manjit Singh of Haryana finishing for the second spot. There you could see closely moving towards the finish point, and that is the finish. Ajay Kumar Saroj was so comfortable. Manjit Singh secured the second position in this heat, with Sashi Bhushan of West Bengal in the third spot, Fateh Singh of Haryana in the fourth spot, Jasbir of Haryana in the fifth, Chaitanya Vilas of Maharashtra in the sixth, Lakshya A. Naik of Rajasthan in the seventh position, Rakesh Mandal of Uttarakhand in the eighth position. We have one more heat to go, and that will be the last event for the opening day of the 24th National Federation Cup Senior Athletics Championship 2021. With 11 athletes in heat number 1, we have 11 more athletes for heat number 2. As you all may be aware, that first 4 place winners will get qualified along with the 4 best losers, and that happens to be the start of the second heat of 1500 meters for men. Here we have Vikash of Haryana, Rahul of Delhi, Hrithik Bhalyan of Delhi, Ajit Kumar of Gujarat, who happens to be the bronze medal winner of the last nationals, with 3 minutes 45.94 seconds. Anu Kumar of Uttarakhand, Ishu Solanki of Haryana, Surendra Chahal of Haryana, Sahil Thakran of Haryana, Navdeep of Haryana, Harinder Kumar of Delhi, and Dinesh Latwal of Haryana. And as far as the race at present, it is 701 Anu Kumar of Uttarakhand leading the bunch, being followed by 232 Vikash of Haryana. At the third spot presently it is 246 Surendra Chahal of Haryana. 144 Harindra Kumar of Delhi is at the fourth spot at present. And of course 232 and 146, they are taking the lead, and again now there is a change in the leadership. And that is a beautiful aerial view as they move. 3 of the athletes are moving together. 136 leading the bunch, 301, 232, 246, 144. This is the order in which they go. and that is Hrithik Balyan of Delhi leading the bunch at present, being followed by Ishu Solanki of Haryana, 232 at the third spot. That is Vikash of Haryana. At the fourth we have 246 Surendra Chahal of Haryana, and at the fifth at present it is 144 Harendra Kumar of Delhi. Again they maintain as a bunch. All the athletes are moving together as a bunch. They are not bunching out. They move so closely. And still they maintain the bunch, and 232 tries to take over. That bell sound is the indication for the lead athletes to go for the last lap, and at present it is 301 who had taken the lead, Ishu Solanki of Haryana, being followed by 162 Ajit Kumar, the bronze medal winner of the last nationals, who is from Gujarat. He is at the second position presently, and the race is getting heated up. 301 followed by 162. And they execute the last curve as they are about to enter the home stretch towards the finish point, and that is 162 about to be taken over by 133, 144, 132 and 162. Of course it was a close finish between 144 and 132. That is Harendra Kumar of Delhi and Rahul of Delhi. They had a very close finish, and of course for the third spot it is clear with Ajit Kumar of Gujarat. And that happens to be the start replay for you. Heat number 2 of 1500 meters in the men's section.
I'll request all the technical officials to kindly assemble near the VIP area. I'll request
And that is the aerial view where you could see all the athletes are moving together as a bunch. None of the athletes is thrown out of the bunch. They move as a bunch. Not much of a lead, a frequent change of leader. In every lap or even before completion of a lap, there happens to be a change in leaders.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have the results of Javelin Throw Women. Winner of the event is Anuragi with new youth record and national record.
Still moving as a bunch.
Winner of 6th position,
They move on.
with the performance of
The initial leaders for the 3/4 lap, then 1 and 3/4 lap and 2 and 3/4 lap had not figured up in the top 3. Of course, this is only a qualifying round. The first 4 place winners along with the 4 best losers of the 2 heats will be getting qualified to run the final of 1500 meters in the men's section. And there comes the result. It is Harendra Kumar of Delhi with 3 minutes 58.03 seconds. Rahul also from Delhi with 3 minutes 58.04 seconds for the second spot. For the third spot it is Ajit Kumar of Gujarat with 3 minutes 58.27 seconds. For the fourth, Ishu Solanki of Haryana with 3 minutes 59.51 seconds. In the fifth place it is Sahil Thakran of Haryana with 4 minutes 00.80 seconds. And in the sixth place it is Dinesh Latwal of Haryana with 4 minutes 02.23 seconds. Seventh spot it is Vikash also from Haryana, 4 minutes 02.45 seconds. For the eighth spot it is Navdeep of Haryana with 4 minutes 05.77 seconds. And they are the top 8 finishers of this heat number 2 in 1500 meters for men. And
of today's evening session, which is already open now.
and the event which got over happens to be the last one for the opening day of the 24th National Federation Cup Seniors Athletic Championship. And for the second day's events, let us meet to go tomorrow at 7 a.m. sharp. Till then, goodbye to everyone. See you tomorrow at 7.